What's going on, good people? It is the Bad Wolf. Should we get into it? I think we shall. This is a informal video, something I was researching, and I made a video on the first part of this. So we're going to call this research 2. Now, the reason why I specifically said it like that is because this video's it's based on the letters RE. RES, REG. What does it all mean? Let's make it make sense. On the first video, we used AI and covered a number of different things. So today, as reference, because some people out there like to go, oh, he's just pulling these out of the air. Oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm sorry, but I'm using their dictionary, which is not the American dictionary, but the dictionary they use for legal things in the court. So, are we good? Cool. Here's me opening it. Oh, there's lots of words and squiggles in here. All right. So, in the first video, we learned that RE basically means to reside. Okay. So, in part two, let's take a closer look. And I do believe that we didn't go right into the book and read it word for word. So, remember, everything in this book is nearly all considered commercial and in legal form for Black's Law Dictionary through Thomas Reuters and Brian A. Garner, chief editor, etc. This is what all the courts uses. Okay. I don't think the federal court uses this. I think they use the American dictionary and America's jurisprudence. But the other ones, that's what they use. Once again, for the naysayers out there and the, you know, off-brand uh, YouTube sovereign uh, police, sovereign lawyer, sovereign boss hater YouTube channel digital creators out there who are against your rights, freedoms, and liberty and just want to make a name for themselves. So I had got to make sure, once again, Black's Law. Okay. I'm literally on page 1517, right side, halfway down, outer side. RE, that's all it's just R and E, stands for ray, REE, or RAY, ray. Preposition, 18C. I believe that refers to, I think, don't quote me, but America's jurisprudence books. I'm not sure. No one's been able to inform me on what those code words or numbers mean. So it goes on to say regarding, okay, so means they use the word regarding, but it also has the word RE in it. Now, technically, the way I was taught is you can't use the word in the definition of the word. Okay. So they're saying regarding. So if it's regarding, that means that the root word would be guarding, and then you put a re in it, and then it's regarding. Okay. So it says in the matter of. Okay. So re can also mean in the matter of. It says in the title of a case. Okay, so case, talking about cases here. It usually signifies a legal proceeding. And they use the word regarding the disposition of real or personal property or a change in legal status. So not only telling you that this is based in court and that is generally considered commercial on the lower levels, but they're also saying, or depending on how they want to use it, means there's a change in a legal status. So the word RE, when used, unless specifically otherwise mentioned to not be such in their world. I believe that is what they called implied license. Okay. Meaning you might as well believe everything is this way unless somebody specifically says it's not. So seeing how everything that they do is basically commercial, or when a government or a municipality that is a government reduces itself to generating income, profit, or commercial business activities, it has lowered itself into the world of commerce and is then not to be regarded as a government or completely private thing. So we now also know that RE means that there is a legal status change. So let me think. Where could they use the word RE something to present or re-present RE? Probably with the word resident, RE, reside ent, or res, ident. So essentially res, to reside or change your status, your legal status, through identification, res ident. That's a double entendre, meaning it has two different meanings. Okay. So you can look at the word resident to mean either res, rescinding, to change legally your status from something which would be the private to the public, their public, into something that's theirs, which is why they want you to prove residency, reside NC, to either reside and enter or to res your identification. To res your identification, meaning to change your identification from that of the private to that of the public. Okay. It says in American case law, the abbreviation commonly used is in RE, estate or kirk. Okay. So you're something, you're changing something. Could be legal status, legal jurisdiction, lawful jurisdiction. There's a change there. Okay. So when you see RE on a standard word or whatever else, you are generally changing, something is being changed. All right. So it says in business correspondence, the term signals the subject matter, RE, colon, board meeting. It says C in RE. Okay. So maybe in REA. From there, it goes on to REA, which then means Retirement Equity Act or blah, 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 blah. REA also means in civil and canon law, a female defendant. Okay. So I'm going to look up in and then RE. So let's see if we can find that. Keep an eye on this page. So hopefully everybody's doing well. I wish you guys all well. To those people who accept such blessings of light and positive energy, to the not so good people out there, I hope you step on a Lego in the dark. All right, let's keep going here. Um, Okay, there might be a such a thing because it says in well, I'm in rem. Okay, I was gonna say in rem jurisdiction. Then there's in rem propria. So we'll take a look at those too. All right. So here it says the word in and then re. Okay. So it says in re is Latin and it means in the matter of. Okay, that makes sense. What we see on another page. It says of a judicial proceeding, it says not formally including adverse parties, but rather involving something such as oh, hold on. This is why, like I said, this is real reaction. Um, this is pretty fire, at least to me. You guys, maybe you guys aren't nerds like me. I nerd out on things like this, but I'll take every little bit I can, and use it against. So check it out. Okay. So I'm almost to sit up for this one. It says IN space RE. And for those people in the Black Laws 12th edition, on page 243, okay, and the subject of the page is in rem judgment. So you know where it ends at, but okay. It says, and I quote, oh, there's lots of goodies going in here. Okay. So once again, it says Ray or Ray, REE or RAY, Latin. Okay, these people use a lot of Latin. All right, so that's a something there. In the matter of is what that in re means, but it also goes on to say of a judicial proceeding. Okay, not formally included adverse parties, but rather involving something such as an estate. Gotcha. So RE also belongs to the group that this is based on an estate, which is what I've been telling you guys since day one. I wonder how it feels out there for all these people who've been against me since day one to hear these things. And you know what? I've even noticed that the hate mail is starting to go down because I've been right 99% of the time, man. So when you see RE as a resident, resident, RE has an attribute of being an estate. That's why they want you to prove residency, that you are converting yourself from the living person into an estate. Now you have to ask yourself who owns the estate and how to wield it properly. And if you don't, who does? The state, your estate. You are an estate. For those people who want deeper knowledge than some of which I'm sharing here, jamesclovett.com. Go and check out my videos. Those are the paid videos. Those aren't the free ones. Those are paid streaming. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff in there that will help you be a lot more successful. That's up to you. All right. But I will give you guys a whole lot of fire right here. All right. These are gem drops. So let's see what else we can find in here. So once again, it says such as an estate. The term is often used in case citations. So that's what they're really doing to us in these lower courts, which you guys should know by now are nisi prius. Some of y'all know how to wield that word correctly. The rest of you guys watch the videos on and learn something. So these are case citations, essentially estates, things, right? But let's keep going. It says, especially in uncontested, so you're supposed to contest them because otherwise they get to assume the proceedings in R.E. Butler's estates, also termed matter of. So this is in the matter of essentially commercial case citations for an estate. I didn't hear anything in there mentioning the living person. All right, so then it goes on to rebus. Let's see. It says in things, cases, or matters. Okay. In rem, Latin means against a thing. Okay. A lot of these are terms you guys don't know, so I'm not going to go into all of those. Okay. So that is fire. That right there was fire. Um, let's get back to the at hand here. What is that? Something. Might have oily fingers. Try not to have oily fingers when you're and no, just because I'm black doesn't mean I was eating chicken. Gotta joke. You gotta laugh sometimes, people, even at yourself or whatever. All right. Don't take life so seriously. So once again, we go back to RE. Actually, it's probably from my head because you can see it's glistening. So um plus I'm brown, so I can say that kind of stuff. Okay, so as I go through here, I didn't methodically check every single work, but it's like rebuke, reason, reciprocal, everything. When you see the word RE in front of it, generally there means that there's a normal jurisdiction for that word. So, like if you're gonna re recognize, then there has to be a cognize, which is to have cognitive ability or cognitive thought or perception of something. So if you recognize, that's a different thing. Recombinate or recombine, to recombine, then there must be a word to combine. Now, if you're speaking proper English, which should be in quantum syntax grammar, the English language is always in the present. Real English language, not legalese or dog Latin or pig Latin or whatever else, is always in the present. And you have a colon, the colon, dog, dash, went to the, or blah, blah, blah. You've seen it before, all the little. The reason why that's done is because the language is living, which means it flows. There's no breaks in between the words, there's no spaces. That presents a living thing. Like imagine it like a snake, right? And which this might be a symbolism of why the founding fathers, the old flag, the yellow one with the snake on there cut into pieces, don't tread on me, where the snake was cut up. When you cut something up, you kill it, it goes dead. So don't divide the states, don't cut us up, don't cut up the English language. The English language is always supposed to be present and alive. So there really shouldn't be any re anythings or a D void or a DE of any of that. You should always be speaking in the present. Now, for some of y'all, that is a lot of fire right there in certain courts when used correctly. What is it? David Wynn Miller and Russell J. Gould and Mark Christopher, I think. If you watch their channels, David Wynn Miller's passed away, but he's the forerunner in quantum syntax grammar. So watch his videos if you can find them on YouTube. Fascinating learning. I've learned a lot. I didn't know if I really believed in quantum syntax grammar until, we'll just say privately, a federal judge who normally should not, does not, which apparently is supposed to be also who Judge Dale was, is, um, but confirmed that there is some truth to quantum syntax, grammar, and English language being written in always the present. Okay. Some of y'all, there's a lot of fire there. For some of y'all, it's going to go over your heads for right now, but that's okay. You guys are still learning, and you'll get it at a certain point. Their world is complicated. All right, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, but there's a lot of power there when you know how to use it carefully and in the right circumstances. All right. So here I have the word recourse. So if the word is recourse, then that means that at some point in time there was a course. Okay. Now, of course, it tells you in here what a recourse is, and it says a recruit. Okay. Now, a recruit is a member of an organization, team, or group of people, especially as the result of formally joining someone who has recently enlisted in the armed forces. So, as you keep hearing this, almost all of these things resort back to something that's military, commercial, public, commerce. That's what all these words in these books almost always. So when they put RE in front of something, they're kind of almost like taking over the world word for their world. To recover something means at some point it was covered. And then you got redeemable, which means that at some point in time it was deemed something. Redemption. Okay. And it goes on with tons of other words. You guys get where I'm going with this. So then we go over to refund. Well, to refund something means to fund something. All right. So really, they'll call it a refund, but you should really be saying, no, they're funding me. But they don't want to say they're funding you because that's a private term, generally not in their jurisdiction. But a refund, to put the re in front of it to convert your private word fund into their jurisdiction, they put an RE in front of it and turn it into a refund. And here, let's take a look at the definition of it. The return of money to a person who overpaid, such as a taxpayer, who overestimated tax liability, or whose employer withheld too much tax from earnings. The money returned to the person who overpaid, the act of refinancing, especially by replacing outstanding securities with a new issue of securities, refund. Then it leads right into REG, which we kind of talked about as well. So we now know that REG is an abbreviation for regulation and register. Well, so if something has the word REG in it, and the primary word for REG is regulation, so now we understand that to register something is a form of regulation to be made official, which is to be brought into, to reside or re-identify as something in their jurisdiction, their property. You've been made a slave. You accepted the roots Toby name instead of your birth name Kunta Kinte. For those who've seen the movie Roots. All right, so the next goes REG, usual, plural, 1904, slang, regulation, review, not only the tax code, once again, but also the accompanying of regs. Then it goes into regalia, regard, etc. But I highlighted the word register. So let's see what the word register means. Register, which once again, to REG, ister, to either ister or to gister something. Okay, but to make it their word, they added RE or REG. Okay, 16C says one, an official list of names of people. So first of all, we know we left the private because it says official. Official things aren't private. So you have to pay attention to key words here. So the word official means public. It means in the office. That's not private. That's public. That's their jurisdiction, their words. It says an official list of names of people, companies, etc., especially a book containing such a list. Two, a governmental officer, hold on, who keeps official records, REC, so RE, so chords, so they're recording something to add new chords. So rec chords, there's the chord, poing, and then it breaks, ping, and then you're recording it, ping, record. So they're taking your chord and they're making it their own. You're bringing it over into their world. But let's go on. Each country employs military term a register of deeds and wills. So let's look at that again. So the word register means an official list of names of people and companies. So that official means public. A book containing such list. Two, a governmental officer. So when you register something, does that then mean that as you've registered yourself, registered your kids, registered your home, registered for yourself for paying taxes, reg, R E, that you are signing yourself up to be a governmental officer? Yes, that's what that means. So didn't you register? Didn't you register to vote? Oh, you thought voting was just so you could vote so you could have a say in who's the presidency, but you didn't know that it meant you were saying that you're an officer of the government, did you? And that you were agreeing to be, in the moment thereof, considered a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen, not a state citizen or national of the United States or foreign national, private citizen, etc., so on and so forth. So, a governmental officer who keeps official records employs a register of deeds and wills. Now, generally, and let's play it the other way. Let's play devil's advocate. So, okay, so let's just say the person who does the actual registration, who receives it, is the governmental employee. That's how most people would read that. And that's fine. We can look at it that way. Because this is how the law works on the legal level, or the legal level interprets the law. Because if you can argue your perspective and other people can say, yeah, I can see that, then it's valid and it's considered a fact from your perception. So let's look at it from the other way. So, okay, but then what does that make you as the person, legal person, or the person living, not the legal one, but let's say both, the house, your offspring, which they then refer to as a child, the mother, oh, but now referred to as an informant. It's like you've lost your private name and uptook a public title, slave name, moniker, loss of family name, rights, status, position. So, what does that make you if now they have you listed in their register? If you are in their register, for those old enough to remember those things. Oh, here you go. Uh-huh. So, what does that make you if you're in their register? If money is in their register and that anything in the register is then their property for their control, protection, or abuse, use, then still yet doesn't that make you registered property of theirs. Then it goes down on to say electoral register, probate register, register of deeds, register of land office, register of wills, register. Let's see. Once again, let's go down to the word now, register, which is a noun. Okay. But now they're using it as a verb. Words can be used differently. So register as a verb, 14C, to enter into public registry. So you've entered the public. I just said that without even reading it. I'm just reading this for the first time. I haven't looked through the whole book. I don't know every word. To enroll, okay, to be rolled in formally, to make a record of counsel registered, 3 objections, 4 of a lawyer, party, or witness to check in with the clerk of courts before judicial proceeding. Please register, so please convert yourself at the clerk's office before entering the courtroom. They want you to register before you come in. They want you to tell them who you are before you come in. Do you know how to use that properly? To file a new security issue with Securities and Exchange Commission or a similar state lowercase s agency, the company hopes to register its securities before the end of the year, also termed N-register. I don't think I've ever heard that word. And it goes on to say registered agent, registered bond, registered check, so on and so forth. So when you see the word RE, REG, RES, or just RE, once again, something has changed. Okay, so let's check out registry. Registrar, register of ships. Let's take out registry. A place where information used by an organization is kept, especially the official records and lists, especially the legal government. I wonder why I didn't say lawful. Huh. Legal government building where one can get married. Oh, that's why. Married and where births and deaths are officially recorded. Also termed registry office, a place where a truck, ship, etc., is officially registered. The registration of that car, also termed registration. 3, see probate judge under judge. 4, register. Oh, here it comes. Jazzy, baby. 5, maritime law. Woo! If y'all aren't excited to understand why that's fire, so no, under the word registry, number 5 on page 1539, number 5 says one of the meanings of registry is maritime law. The list of recorded ships subject to particular countries' maritime regulations. A ship is listed under certain nationality of the flag it flies. The certificate of registry, certificate of what? Okay. Register of ships. So your legal person is an estate and considered a ship. Enrollment of vessels or a vessel. See enrollment. Regular army. See army. REI, plural, Reus, Reus. Let's see what that is. Just because I'm curious. RE. Like I said, you can get lost in these books, man, chasing things and learning things, which this has been pretty helpful. What did I say? Oh yeah, you're right. Reus. All right, so Reus, Latin, Roman and civil law. Imagine that. One, a male defendant. What are the odds that Rhea means female defendant and Reus means a male defendant? I just found that now. Two, a party to a suit, whether plaintiff or defendant, a party to a contract or transaction. One, assuming a debt or obligation. Roman law. In criminal law, an accused or convicted person. Maritime law. Row, row, row your boat gently down to the courthouse. Merrily, 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 M-A-R-I, merrily, maritime, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily, merrily. They were teaching us row, row, row your boat, which is a vessel, your estate, gently down the stream, which is the road, the highways, high waterways. Merrily, merrily, merrily. A lot of them do things in threes. So do the Masons. Okay, a lot of them copy each other. Merrily, merrily, merrily. Maritime. So they're telling you it was maritime, maritime, maritime. They were giving you an abbreviation and telling you in song, like the slaves used to use back in the old days, go follow the drinking gourd. All right. Some of y'all may not know that. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream because you're entering into their dream world of all of these benefits and privileges that are bullshiznit because the real world is not a dream. The real world is a hard place, and you have constitutional law, private law, common law. But in their statutory civil law, maritime, admiralty, the game has changed. You're now in a dream. Oh man. To the man above, to whom thanks I give. That's it, guys. I don't know if you guys got now some people could say I'm looking deeper into it, but once you understand that these people work on, I mean, it's their books, it's their symbolism. That's how they work. Remember, things that they do are considered occult. They believe in the occult, but the word occult means hidden. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. I don't even know what made me think of that. I guess because of the word vessel, and that's how my brain works. Life is but